Episode 3, The Weekend That Changed Everything. The school was buzzing with noise that Friday morning, not the usual shouting and laughter. This was louder, more excited. Loretta soon found out why. Mr. Ibekwe stood in front of the class. Welcome back to the Blood We Share series, an unforgettable love story of Loretta and Andrew. Two young hearts bound by laughter, pain, and a truth they don't yet understand. The more dangerous it becomes to stay apart. Please subscribe, like, and share. Put on the notification bell to get notified anytime we drop a new episode. Next week is the inter-school debate competition, he announced. We will send 2 students to represent St. Benedict's, and I have chosen Loretta and Andrew. Loretta's jaw dropped. Sir, no, please. Andrew shot his hand up. Sir, I accept. I'm ready to bring glory to this school. The class burst into laughter. Mr. Ibekwe ignored them. You two will spend the weekend together preparing. I expect you to work as a team. After class, Loretta caught up with Andrew at the corridor. Why did you agree so fast? I don't want to spend my weekend with you, he smiled. Because spending a weekend with me will be the most fun you've had all year. She folded her arms. Or the most annoying, Andrew winked. Both. I like to give a full package. Saturday, first day of practice. They met at the school's old library, the one that smelled of wood, polish, and dust. Loretta came with a neat pile of books. Andrew came with 2 meat pies and a bottle of Coke. Where are your books? She asked. He took a bite of meat pie. Right here, he said, pointing to his head. All the knowledge I need is stored in my brain. She shook her head. You're impossible, and you love it, he said, handing her the second meat pie. They started practicing. At first, Andrew kept making jokes instead of reading. Loretta, imagine if our opponents faint when they hear my voice. Instant win. Andrew! Focus, she scolded. Okay, he said, pretending to adjust an invisible tie. Let's crush them. But after 2 hours, something changed. Andrew's voice slowed. His smile faded. He rested his head on the table. Andrew? Loretta asked, concerned. I'm fine. Just tired, he murmured, but his skin looked pale, and his hands felt cold when she touched them. Do you want water? She asked. No, just give me a minute. She sat there watching him, her heart tight. The library was quiet except for the sound of the ceiling fan spinning lazily above. After a while, he sat up and forced a grin. See? Back to life. I told you I'm fine. But Loretta wasn't convinced. Sunday, second day of practice. They met at Andrew's house. It was small but warm, with old family photos hanging on the wall. His mom welcomed Loretta like an old friend. You're the one Andrew keeps talking about, she said with a smile. Loretta glanced at him. Oh? And what exactly has he been saying? Andrew coughed. Mom, please, no spoilers. They sat at the dining table, books spread out. This time, Andrew worked harder. His ideas for the debate were sharp, funny, and clever. Every now and then, he would stop to tease her. If you forget your lines during the debate, just smile. Your smile can win the trophy. Loretta rolled her eyes. But inside she felt something she couldn't name, a warmth that scared her. Late in the afternoon, as they were reading, Loretta felt a dull ache in her legs. She shifted in her chair, but the ache grew sharper. Almost at the same time, Andrew dropped his pen and rubbed his arm. They looked at each other. "You too?" he asked quietly. Loretta hesitated. "Yes, it started a few minutes ago." He stared at her for a long moment, as if trying to solve a puzzle in his head. Then he forced a smile. "Maybe we're just debate partners in pain." But the way he said it didn't sound like a joke. When Loretta got home that evening, she couldn't stop thinking about it. 2 days in a row, they had felt the same pain at the same time. Was it just chance? Or was there something connecting them deeper than friendship? She opened her notebook and wrote, "Same pain, same time. He hides it. I hide mine. But how long before the truth comes out?" The next weekend, they would go for the debate competition. Neither of them knew it would be the day everything began to unravel. The day the stage broke. The morning of the debate competition arrived with a loud burst of activity. Students in neat uniforms gathered in front of the school bus. Teachers checked attendance, while some students carried banners that read, "Go St. Benedict's." Loretta stood to the side, clutching her debate notes. She had read them 10 times already, but her stomach still felt tight. Andrew walked up behind her, holding 2 bottles of water. "Good morning, Miss Nervous," he said with a grin. "I'm not nervous," Loretta replied quickly. He smirked. "Then why are you holding your notes like they might run away?" She tried not to laugh, but failed. "You're impossible, and you love it," he said, handing her 1 bottle of water. On the bus ride, Andrew wouldn't stop talking. "Okay, here's the plan," he said. "We get on stage, I make the audience laugh, you hit them with your brain power, and boom, victory." Loretta rolled her eyes. "It's a debate, Andrew, not a comedy show." "Exactly. That's why we'll be different. Everyone will remember us." Halfway through the ride, Andrew started humming a silly tune, and some classmates joined in. Loretta found herself smiling despite the tension in her chest. At the competition hall, the venue was bigger than Loretta expected. Rows of chairs stretched out in front of the stage. Students from different schools chatted loudly, some holding placards. Loretta whispered, "Andrew, are you sure we're ready?" He leaned closer. "Ready? We were born ready." "Okay, maybe I was born ready. You were born perfect." She shook her head, but her cheeks warmed at the words. The competition began. 2 schools debated before them. Andrew kept leaning over to whisper comments in Loretta's ear. "Look at that boy's tie. It's running away from his neck." "Andrew, focus," she whispered, but her smile gave her away. Finally, it was their turn. They walked up the steps to the stage. Loretta's heart pounded. Andrew, however, waved at the audience like a celebrity. On stage, Andrew started their speech with a short joke about school lunches, and the audience laughed. Loretta jumped in with sharp, clear points, and their rhythm was perfect, like they'd been doing this for years. But halfway through her second point, Loretta noticed Andrew's voice falter. He touched his side briefly before straightening up, forcing a smile. She whispered, "Are you okay?" He nodded quickly. "Finish your point," he mouthed. When it was Andrew's turn again, his speech was strong at first. But just as he was building his final argument, his voice cracked. He paused, holding the edge of the podium. The room went silent. Andrew, Loretta whispered, stepping closer. If you've felt the heartbeat of this story, then don't just watch and go. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one, and your words keep this love alive. This is LoveTales by Mars Quad, where love is more than a feeling, it's the story we share.